Before this traffic stop is over, you'll see an officer recognize a driver from a previous encounter, uncover missing documents, and make a series of decisions that keep this stop calm instead of confrontational. At first, it looks like a routine speeding violation, but the conversation quickly raises questions about identification, vehicle paperwork, and whether the driver is properly prepared to be on the road. Watch closely because the officer's patience is tested several times, and the outcome may not be what you'd expect. As always, pay attention to the details. They often tell the real story behind the stop.
Speeding. Let me get your license, registration, insurance.
My license actually is with my security at home, and I don't have it with me right now at this moment. I'm so sorry, but it's like 10 minutes away.
You were going 60 and it's like a 45.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Can I get your registration, insurance?
Excuse me?
Registration, insurance?
I don't know. All my information is at my house.
Okay. Do you have a valid license?
Yes, sir. I just flew in from overseas, so they have my security at my house.
I've stopped you before out here for speeding.
Excuse me?
I stopped you before out here for speeding.
Okay,
I gave you a break last time.
sorry.
All right. Can I get your full name?
Brittany.
Middle.
Jade.
Date of birth.
81.
Do you have a registration in the car?
No, sir.
Do you have insurance? Doesn't your security usually follow you?
No, my security's at the house.
He's at the house. Okay. Are you able to have him bring your stuff?
Excuse me?
Can you have him bring your information?
You drive there?
Nah, I mean, no, I don't want to do that.
Hi.
Or he can send you a picture of the insurance.
Can you hear me? Can you tell security to send a picture of my registration and my license, please?
And insurance.
And what?
And insurance.
And insurance too, to this, to my phone, so I can show to this cop.
Okay, just wait here for me, okay?
At this point, the officer has gathered enough information to begin verifying the driver's identity and the vehicle's records. Even when someone appears cooperative, officers still have to confirm licenses, registration, insurance, and any prior history before deciding how to proceed. Notice that the driver repeatedly apologizes and explains that her documents are at home, but legally, that doesn't replace the requirement to carry or provide proof when requested. Another interesting detail is that the officer remembers stopping this same driver before for speeding. That prior interaction doesn't automatically change the outcome, but it certainly provides important context. Do you think the officer is giving the driver every reasonable opportunity to resolve the situation, or should the lack of documentation have resulted in a stricter response from the beginning? Let us know your thoughts below. This long pause may not seem exciting, but it's actually one of the most important parts of many traffic stops. Behind the scenes, officers are often verifying information through dispatch, checking registration records, confirming license status, and making sure there aren't any safety concerns before reapproaching the vehicle. These moments can also be unpredictable, because officers never know if new information will change the direction of the stop. The calm pace here is actually a sign of professionalism rather than inactivity. Instead of rushing, the officer is taking time to ensure the facts match the driver's statements. Would you rather an officer spend extra time confirming everything, or should traffic stops be completed as quickly as possible, whenever possible?
What?
Picture of my passport, but this is the girl she needs to see. She has all my information.
Okay, can I get your current address?
Okay, here she is. Talk to him right now. He's right here on the phone.
Yeah, I just need her current address.
Now we finally get additional documentation, but notice that it still isn't exactly what the officer originally requested. A passport can certainly help establish identity, yet it doesn't replace the legal requirement to carry a valid driver's license while operating a vehicle in many jurisdictions. The officer also continues asking about proof of insurance, because that's critical if a collision occurs. Throughout this exchange, the officer remains calm, explains what is needed, and avoids escalating the conversation, even though the required documents still aren't physically available. That's a common example of measured communication during a routine enforcement encounter. If you were in this situation, would you expect a warning, a citation, or something more serious?
Okay, like her license and stuff and the insurance? Okay, yeah, she needs to carry it. It all needs to be in the vehicle. Do you know the name of the insurance company at least? Okay, and you don't have her license either? Okay. Yeah, it'll have to be afterwards. You guys can just show it to the court as proof, okay? To the court. Yeah, go ahead. Ms. Spears, can I get your address?
What's the address?
Is that considered Thousand Oaks? And then what's the zip code? was it? 913 responder. Okay, cool. All right, just wait here. All right, ma'am.
Here's where officer discretion becomes the biggest factor in the entire stop. After reviewing the circumstances, the officer decides to issue fix-it citations for the missing license and proof of insurance while giving only a warning for speeding, even after recognizing the driver from a previous speeding stop. That's a significant decision because officers often balance accountability with the driver's level of cooperation and the overall risk presented during the encounter. The explanation is also clear and professional, making sure the driver understands how to correct the violations and what steps need to be taken with the court. Do you think this outcome strikes the right balance between enforcement and education, or would you have handled it differently?
So I'm gonna write you a fix-it ticket for the license and then not having proof of insurance. I'm guessing you do have insurance, but you need to have it in the vehicle or accessible, so if you get in a car crash, you can exchange it versus having to try to juggle it back and forth. Just sign in the red box. By signing, you're not admitting to anything. I'm gonna give you a warning for speeding, by the way. Just sign in the red box. By signing, you're not admitting anything. You're just promising you're gonna take care of it with the court. They should send you a notice to your address. In general, you can just show proof to any law enforcement that you have your license and that you have the insurance. They can sign off on the ticket, and then you talk to the court with how to take care of it, okay?
Thank you.
Or have your assistant take care of it. Please slow down out here. This is the second time, okay? There's your copy. You're free to go.
This traffic stop remained calm from start to finish because both sides kept the interaction respectful, even though multiple required documents weren't immediately available. The officer followed standard procedures by verifying the driver's information, explaining the legal requirements, and using discretion when deciding between warnings and citations. Rather than escalating the encounter, the focus stayed on compliance and making sure the driver understood how to resolve the violations properly. It's a reminder that routine traffic stops often depend just as much on communication as enforcement, and officer discretion can significantly influence the final outcome. What do you think? Was this the right decision? Or should the officer have taken stronger enforcement action after stopping the same driver for speeding before? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this breakdown as intense as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-life body cam breakdowns.